Hello friends, it's Cindy Brumbaugh from CindyLeeBDesigns.com, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. Today I'd like to show you this corner flip card I made using the new Butterfly Gala bundle and the suite actually with the Gingham Designer Series paper. So this is a really simple card, but look at the wow with the pop-up of the butterfly and the flipping over and the two different sides of the designer paper. So we're going to be using that Butterfly Gala stamp set with all those gorgeous butterflies and the great font, and it comes at a 10% discount with the punch, the butterfly punch. I was talking to my friend Julie the other day who said, I'm just going to get the Butterfly Gala. I have a different butterfly punch. And I'm like, oh no, you have to get this butterfly punch. It is so awesome. It cuts these all out, and it also cuts out the butterflies that are in the Celebration Botanical Butterflies Designer Series paper. So she said, wow, thank you for telling me about that. So this is an awesome set. Get to do so many things with it. So on this card, we're going to be also using the new rectangle framelits, the rectangle stitched framelits. Instead of the stitched rectangles, it's the rectangle stitched framelits dies. If you're looking for them when you're going through the Stampin' Up website, it has a little bit different of a name to it, but we're going to be using that for the little sentiment on the outside. So let's get started here. We are going to put this off to the side here. We're going to be using the Highland Heather cardstock with the coordinating Gingham Designer Series paper that comes in the 6x6. It's one of the 5 colors, and so we're able to coordinate it nicely. We're going to use a half a sheet of Highland Heather cardstock, and it's 8.5 by 5.5, and we're going to score it at 4 1/4. And as always, on the post for this card on my blog, CindyLeeBDesigns.com, you'll find all the measurements and supplies and everything to make this card. So there we go. We've got our portrait style, opens from the right, A2 sized card, and we're going to be using a piece of the Designer Series paper that's cut to 4 by 5 1/4. And then the inside of our card is Whisper White, and it's 4 by 5 1/4 as well. We're going to be having a piece of paper that we're going to be doing our stamping on. And of course, as always, I always pop out something if I need it. And this is a 1.5-inch circle cut out with my punch. And then I used a 1 3/4-inch scallop. And if you don't have the scallop punch, you can just use your layering circles to get a nice little scallop around there. So we'll be doing that to put our butterfly up. So let's get started here. Why don't we go ahead and do some stamping first. So we're going to use the Highland Heather. Remember, these new stamp pads just open on a hinge. And until you've used them a lot, they're a little bit stiff. So we're just going to open that up. And we're going to stamp these 2 butterflies that are both on the same stamp set so that when they go in to the punch, you can punch them out at the same time. And as I had mentioned before, if you want to cut them apart, you can. Just make sure that you could do a nice straight cut so that they go right back together. So we're just going to ink up our butterfly, and we're going to put it right on our Whisper White. There we go. And now you'll notice there's a little butterfly up here. So we're going to do this one. Instead of cutting it off in that, I'm just going to put the little guy at the top here. So I'm just going to turn my paper, and I'm going to ink up the little one. It doesn't matter if I ink up. I'd rather just be safe here. And I'm going to put the little guy right there. So I've got the little one there. And then we are going to stamp the sentiment. The good things in life are better with you. Isn't that the truth? Our friends and our family, what do we do without them? And we're just going to stamp that right there in the corner. So we've got our stamping done for our card. And then we're just going to go over to our Big Shot, and we're going to cut out that sentiment with the smallest rectangle framelit that's stitched. Isn't that pretty? And you'll end up with a stitched rectangle there. And then now we're going to put our ink out of the way and put our die out of the way. How about if we put our die away? Because how many times have we lost a die and searched endless hours trying to find it? Okay, so now let's just get our butterfly duet punch, and we're just going to pop our butterflies in there. You just get a nice order. And just be careful to look at both your butterflies when you're doing this, because if you're just looking at the bottom butterfly, you might not have the top butterfly in there perfectly. So let's see, I'm going to turn it a little bit towards me. Looks like we've got two nice butterflies. So that butterfly is going to go there, and this one for the bottom here. And then we just flip this over, and we're just going to cut out this little guy. I'm going to call her a little gal because she's so pretty. Pretty purple. Let's see here. Sometimes it just takes me a while to get these punches. I mean, I love working with punches, but I'm just like, la-da-da-da-da. Okay, there we go. We have our other little butterfly. Okay, so we've got everything we need to do for this card except this piece here that'll just go easily. This is just a cut-off piece that ends up being a scrap when you're cutting your 4 by 5 1/4, and so isn't that great? You can stick it right on the inside. So, and this here is just some loose adhesive here when I temporary adhesive to put it together when I take a photo. So now I'm going to show you how to do this really easy fold that really makes a fun visual effect on the front of your card. So we have our card here. If you have the diagonal scoring plate that goes on the trimming or the scoring tool, you can use that, but since it is not actually current right now, we're just going to use our Stampin' trimmer. And what you're going to do is you're going to put your card as if you were opening the card, and you're going to measure over 3 1/2 and 3 1/2. So just take your ruler and put the right side of your card on the right side where it opens. You're going to put it at 3 1/2, and you're going to come over here and you're going to put a pencil mark. Then you're going to do the same on the right side going down. So just put your 0 here, go down to 3 1/2, and make a, ooh, do you know what I did? I made it at the wrong place. Okay, so there we go. Just get it to, do you know what? I don't, yeah, that is right. Okay, 3 1/2. Okay, so then what you can do is just put your 2 tick marks and just draw a line, because that's going to make it nice and easy when we go into our Stampin' trimmer. So now we've got this line. It was over 3. Just double check yourself before you fold. 3 1/2 by, let's see if I got, it's kind of hard to see at this angle here. No, I didn't do that right again. Okay, see, this is what happens. Always double check your work. What was it? My dad always said, measure twice, cut once. So we're at 3 1/2 here. Ah, see, this is what goes on here. 3 1/2, and then let's go down 3 1/2. 3. Let's line it up there. 3 1/2. Okay, now we're at 3 1/2. 3 1/2 and 3 1/2. There we go. Okay, that's right. See, I could have redid this video, but I just thought I would show you what it's like in action if you don't double check yourself. So now I have this. Now I'm all nervous too that I'm going to mess this up. So I'm going to, yes, okay. So we have this 3 1/2, 3 1/2, and then I joined those 2 tick marks. Now I'm just going to come over to my trimmer and put those 2 tick marks with the line in the scoring groove. And then I'm going to make sure I'm using my light scoring blade. And I'm just going to score from that point at 3 1/2 and that point at 3 1/2. Okay, and then we're just going to put our trimmer away, get our bone folder out, and we're just going to fold over on that score line. There we go. That simple, simple fold, which took longer than we thought it would. So there we have the corner flip. So this is a corner flip, and we want to put the designer paper so that it has a border a nice 1/8 inch border the whole way around this triangle. The way I found it to do is if you take, like you're going to place this onto your card. Okay, so this is the way you're going to have this on your card. Okay, you have that nice 1/8 inch border. Now just fold this back, fold the designer paper with it, and do a crease. Okay, so now you have a crease here in the designer series paper, but I want you to take your ruler and go back along that line on that score line and draw a pencil mark. Okay, there you go. Now you have a pencil mark there. So what we did was we put our designer series paper just as if we were putting it on the front panel of the card. Then we just folded back our corner flip and made a crease. So now we have a crease in our paper, and then you just come with your ruler and make a line with your pencil right along that line. And then you can just simply bring back your trimmer. Okay, trimmer is upside down. Okay, we're gonna be using our cutting blade this time, so we'll put it at the top. And what I did is I just took this pencil line and I didn't put it in the groove. I brought it over to the little line that is past this little line that's on where you're, say you were gonna pull out this groove on your trimmer. This edge right here where this end of the trimmer goes into that groove, you're going to put that pencil line right on that place where the edge of the groove, okay? Hopefully you can see that. Let me see if I can lift it. I think you probably can see that clearly. I don't know if that helps to do that. Okay, I'll show a picture of it on the blog post for this card. So then we're just going to close down our clear guide, hold it down, and we're just going to cut down using our dark cutting blade. And now we have this triangle. You'll know that you did it right because you will see that your pencil line is a little bit past the fold here. Okay, so then we just come back and we put our paper on there with our snail that is handy right here. So we'll just put our snail, open up that thing. And we'll just pop that on into place here on the card. Actually, you have to kind of make sure you have it on the crease there. I always have to do things upside down on this when I'm making a video because so I can see and you don't end up seeing my head, which more than often is my bed head. Ha, okay, there we go. So we've got our designer series on there, and then I just put some adhesive on that triangle and pop it down and then give a nice crease along that score line. Okay, then we can just take our triangle here and look how it has a beautiful cut border the whole way around it just by doing that simple trick there. So then you're just going to put, now of course you could have, if you like it with both of them that way, perfectly fine, but I kind of like having the contrast of the two ginghams, the smaller print and the larger print. And then you just pop that onto that triangle. And then we have everything else already done. So we're just going to put the white 1.5 inch circle onto the scallop. And like I said, you can use your punches or you can use your layering circles. And then I put my big butterfly on that circle with the white behind it. And then I popped up the purple with some dimensionals. So let's just put a few dimensionals on here. 1, 2, 3. Oh, those dimensionals, they're everywhere, those backs. Okay, so we're going to stick that little No, that's not a little guy. That's a big guy. There we go. And then we can go ahead and put our sentiment also down in the lower corner, right corner. And then put our cute little butterflies. Cute little butterfly here. He fits right there so that you can see the sentiment. So I just made sure that you could. There we go. Put that. There we go. We can see the sentiment there. And then we're just going to put the inside. And as I said, you have this little scrap left over. And then I put that right on the bottom of the Whisper White. And then we can just put, there's so many nice sentiments in this stamp set too. Let's get that stamp set back here. So you can easily put in any of these little sentiments in to go with that. You could put a happy birthday in there. You can just leave it exactly so that you're ready. This is a way I like to put my insides in. If I can get those 3 edges, then I usually don't care too much about if it's a little bit off. Okay. Okay, then we've got our inside, and then we want to put this little butterfly up here in the corner. And of course, then we have to put a little bling. I've got stuff sticking to me today. Put our butterfly, and then let's grab our piercing tool. Where is that piercing tool? Ha! I know it's in here. They both fell out of their containers. And then I just put some little rhinestones on there. Our old rhinestones used to come with that strip that I really usually didn't care for because I never really used a whole long strip. But I'm finding they're very useful on a butterfly because you can put them right down along the body of the butterfly. So those ones are all connected. And I just put them right. Oh, I just realized what I forgot to do. And I think I can rectify it. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. I didn't put the little antenna. Let's not lose those little gems. I didn't put the little antenna. So here's, I'm going to take off my one sentiment, put the little antenna because it goes with the little butterfly. Little stamp, little taps, and then I'm going to kind of lift up this butterfly here and put his antenna there. And pop that guy right back there. And then I'm just going to loosen up this butterfly as well. I knew I was forgetting something. I'm glad I figured it out now though, because I think the antenna are an integral part of that butterfly. Just makes it. There we go. And then let us get the big antenna. There they are. So put this one back. Whoop! Things are flying everywhere. This will be a lot easier on a smaller block. Ooh, maybe I will get a smaller block here. So there we go. And let's just get some ink on that one. And just, oh, should I attempt to put it? No, I think I want to lift this up. So I'll just lift that up. There we go. No harm. Get some ink there and put the antenna. Ah, nice. Thank you. And then put that butterfly back on there. Ha! There we go. Somehow I got some ink there from, oh, my block. So what do you think's going to go there? Probably another butterfly. Maybe we're just going to do that. we're just going to do that. Where is that little scrap I had? Okay, here we go. Let's just ink up a little butterfly to fix my mistake. My girls always come to me at class if they make a mistake and they say, Cindy, I know you can fix this. And I'm like, yes, I can, because I've had a lot of practice fixing mistakes. Always, a mistake's just a chance and an opportunity to make another embellishment. So you see where I got a little piece of ink there? So what I'm gonna just do is save my card by putting another butterfly on there. But we're not going to be able to put antenna on there, but that's okay. Okay, and then it's going to confuse everyone. So we're just going to take and put a rhinestone there, a rhinestone there, and we need another rhinestone, but I am missing it. So you're just going to pretend that it's already there because I had to add that other butterfly. So there you go, corner flip card, super simple. Just measure in 3.5, 3.5, make a score line, fold it over, and then when you do your designer series paper, you just place it onto your card, and then you fold it over, draw a line, cut it in your trimmer, and you've got it. That's how simple it is using the Butterfly Gala with the Butterfly Duet Punch. It's now live in the Occasions catalog. You can also get the designer paper, the botanical butterflies, because we're having our Stamping Up celebration event that's going from January to March 31st. Every $50 you purchase, you get a free item, and the items are gorgeous. You've got ribbons, accessories, some card kits, stamp sets, little wooden butterfly elements. So if you have any questions, you can contact me at cindyleeb@gmail.com. Call me or text me at 724-323-2296. Everything you need to know to make this card is on my blog, cindyleebdesigns.com. Thanks for buzzing by, friends.